Hit the like button to clear away obstacles, and drop your zodiac sign in the comments. Your engagement helps tune this forecast precisely to you. The morning of 23 November begins not with thoughts, but with sensations. This isn't a day to snap into action the moment you wake. It's a day to feel where you are, how you are, and what's quietly humming inside. Pisces can hear the silence better than most, and right now the clearest hints live in that quiet. Waking may feel unusually vivid, as if you're remembering a dream not in words but in texture. It might be light and tender, or uneasy, or simply strange. Don't chase it away. Whatever rises this morning is connected to your true needs. Let the morning move like water, no rushing. Choose soft movements, comforting rituals, clothes that feel good. Anything done with care will restore your energy. Anything done on autopilot will drain it. You'll sense people more sharply than usual in the early hours. Even without speaking, you'll notice who is genuine, who is distant, who demands, and who simply stands beside you without asking for anything. Pisces read half-tones, and this morning the tone of things is unusually clear. Don't jump to conclusions, just observe. If you want solitude, it isn't weakness, it's depth. You may need a little space to gather what you're sensing without spilling your inner calm. Even 5 minutes on a balcony or in a quiet bathroom could be enough. To re-establish connection with yourself, avoid loading the first half of the day with rigid plans. Do something you've wanted to do but never had the inner stillness for. Flip through photos, linger over breakfast, jot down thoughts. Choose music that matches your mood. None of this is trivial today. These are keys to your state. Something from the past may brush against your awareness, a feeling, a snippet of an old conversation, an unsaid truth. That's not random. The morning of 23 November opens what you once shut away, but never truly erased. Don't be afraid of these resurfacings. Acknowledge them. Yes, that happened, and now I see it differently. Above all, don't try to be productive. You aren't a project today. You're a person. Your morning isn't about achievement. It's about coming back to yourself, to your body, to your feelings, and to a calm that steadies the whole day. As the day unfolds, it opens like a warm tide, gentle but insistent. Pisces feel this especially keenly. What you sensed in the morning begins to take shape as words, gestures, choices, and glances. Everything seems to speak to you, not directly, but in hints you're perfectly able to read. On 23 November, your intuition outpaces logic. At some point midday, you may feel an inner pivot. What seemed obvious yesterday may not be so now, or something that long lacked meaning suddenly clicks into a clear picture. Don't fear these swings. This isn't confusion, it's recalibration. You're shifting to a deeper, more honest register of sensitivity. There may be moments when you want to step back, pause a conversation, leave a message unanswered, cancel a meeting. Listen. If there's no inner response, don't force yourself. Today, anything that goes against your nature will exhaust you. Anything that comes from the heart, though it may be difficult, will bring relief. If you're working, notice how you spend your energy. The tasks matter less than the rhythm you move in. Pisces need to breathe. If you feel squeezed by deadlines and other people's expectations, you'll tire quickly. Try to bring flow even to routine tasks. Prioritize meaning over speed. Or deardent. This is a favorable day for interactions that hold sincerity. If someone truly hears you, that's where you can speak. If not, save your voice. Let silence be a choice, not a bruise. Silence can be eloquent. In BRs and financial matters may echo with something forgotten, a shelved idea, a small opportunity, or a person you once discussed something important with. Don't brush it off. Even a light hint today could be a doorway into something meaningful. Or sent in your personal sphere, perception sharpens. You pick up nuances, and that sensitivity is turned up today. You might realize that someone nearby is more complex than you assumed, or that someone you underestimated carries real light. Don't rush to judgments, simply recognize that you're beginning to see deeper, and that changes a lot. Find a spot midday where you can quietly reset. It doesn't have to be nature. Even a window with sky beyond it, or a cup of hot tea in stillness can help. Your task is not to get lost in other people's energies. When you return to yourself, the day begins to sound right again. Evening on 23 November brings a welcome softness. It's as if the day decides enough tension, come back to calm. Pisces feel this with their whole body. The world isn't quieter, you're hearing yourself more clearly. That's what makes the evening special. You may crave seclusion, not from dislike of people, but from a desire to hear your inner signals without background noise. It could be a darkened room, a warm bath, a window opening onto the night sky. These minutes aren't just rest. They restore you at a depth other signs rarely reach. Evening emotions come alive, waves of tenderness, wistfulness, gratitude, longing. Don't smother these feelings. They arrive not to knock you over but to finish something inside. You don't always need to name the feeling. Let it exist. If you're with someone, be honest this evening, gently, quietly, but from the heart. Pisces can speak in ways that feel like a touch. If there's something you want to share, this is a good moment. It's okay if the other person doesn't answer right away. What matters is that you spoke when it was real. If you're alone, don't fear the silence. It isn't empty, it's alive. Within it you'll notice your real desires, not the ones built from necessity, but the ones that rise from within, to be loved, to be understood, to be free. In that quiet, you realize these desires are already part of you. Any barsherney, keep the light soft tonight. Warm, dim tones, a candle, a low lamp, these will help you stay in the state you've cultivated all day. Consider revisiting an old thought, replaying a song you once loved, or simply granting yourself a warm, task-free evening. That isn't laziness, it's the renewal of sensitivity. Without it, Pisces lose their connection to themselves. The night of 23 November asks for no action. It asks for one thing only: don't pretend, to yourself or to others. Then what needs to be heard will ring out. What needs to be understood will become clear. What needs to leave will dissolve. Night falls gently like water swallowing the noise of the day. For Pisces, this isn't just sleep, it's a return. You stop reacting, explaining, controlling, and simply drift toward what is quiet, deep, and true. What troubled you earlier fades to the background, not because it vanished, but because you stopped fighting it. Pisces know how to let go when they don't get in their own way. And in the night, inner agreement arrives: let it be as it is. I breathe, I live. I can handle this. Brain percent, before sleep, a tender ache may surface. It isn't frightening, it reminds you that you can feel. That's not a vulnerability, it's your strength. If your eyes fill with tears, that isn't weakness, it's depth, and you were born for it. If you share a bed, no words are necessary. Sometimes silence between two people is the space where love grows. Just a touch, just breath, just being. If you sleep alone, it isn't loneliness, it's full presence. No one interferes with your ability to hear yourself. In that quiet, say what you haven't said to yourself in a long time. You're needed. You matter. You're alive. Don't tumble into sleep in a rush, not with a phone in your hand or your head stuffed with noise. Try a cup of warm tea, soft light, and a feeling written on paper. One line can clear more than 10 conversations. This night is made for gentle promises to yourself, not vows or plans, but something warm and sincere. Tomorrow I'll speak to myself more kindly. I won't hurry when I need to feel. I exist, and that is enough. What to avoid tonight: don't return to situations you cannot change. Don't compare your path to someone else's. Every soul sails its own ocean. Don't pressure yourself to be strong in a narrow way. You already are, just differently. Don't wait for someone else to validate your worth. You know it. Don't forget your body. It is part of your soul, and it needs rest. The night of 23 November isn't an ending, it's a continuation. Quiet, deep, and a little magical, where you don't need to do anything except be. When you drop the masks and the roles, everything finds its place.